everyone, this is Archive of 12, and today I am bringing you the first of 2 Fallout songs. The second one being Nerd Out's Fallout song, which they came out with for the Fallout TV show. But this one here is Stupendium's remaster of his Fallout 76 song, Vault Number 76. I think this is actually one of the Stupendium songs that I have never heard before. I could be wrong. Maybe I have heard it once or twice, but like I don't recall this one. So this may be a brand new experience for me. Check this out. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because I will be pausing and we'll be talking about it. And like I said, this is the first of 2. The other one being the Nerd Out one. So check that one out when it falls as well. And I guess without further ado, let's get into this. Stupendium is always on the top of their game. Excuse me. So I'm curious to see what they've got cooking for us today. I'm hoping that this is one of the ones that I haven't heard, because if so, then this is a brand new experience for me.
Do you think that the world can ever be fixed? Is America buried? Did it ever exist? Were you home for a life of heavenly bliss when you stepped out of Vault Number 76?
Okay, yeah, guaranteed. I have not heard this one. I have not heard this song before. I'm already enjoying like the very 50s-ish vibes that fit so well with nuclear blast Fallout.
Like we've waited forever for this. Dust off those chips and selection of dips. Rehydrate those ancient celery sticks, 'cause we're gonna have a party down in 76.
Today's a day for celebration. We've been locked away, but we've been making preparations. Sweep away decay and all the waves of devastation. Now we're at the dawn, another day of reclamation. Preservation of the nation. It's a fate we waited every day in dedication. To build a haven, pave the way for generations of what's left of all tech participation.
Deep beneath the waste of Virginia is a place where we could have stayed safe for millennia. But tensions get frayed after just a few decades, so we're certain that the surface ought to be a little friendlier.
Shine your shoes, 'cause the...
Are we certain that the surface would be friendlier after 200 plus years? Actually, no. Fallout 76 takes place much earlier than some of the other Fallout games. What is it, like 25 years after the bomb drops? Is that when 76 comes out? I forget. I remember hearing that that Vault 76 was one of the first vaults to open. Or I could be wrong about that, but I think it's only 25 years after the nuclear apocalypse. Someone can correct me on that. I haven't done my research on Fallout 76. I've only played it one time. Yeah, I'm almost positive that I remember reading when it first came out, this was only 25 years after the nuclear attack. But I also feel like that's probably wrong.
The hour is a handful. Join a hand in hand with fellow man to save the land. So I packed some dandy apples in a satchel with some blamco. Stepped out of the gate to meet the neighbors and it's blammo.
Do you think that the world could ever be fixed? Is America buried? Did it ever exist? Were you hoping for a life of heavenly bliss when you stepped out of Vault Number 76? Oh, you lost it all. Well, you better be quick. Build a hovel from the rubble while the reverie sticks. Now you go.
Okay, one thing that I'm really enjoying right here is that, and this freeze frame actually is perfect. You could tell that they've done their best to mimic their own actions, but each one of these Stupendiums is different. Like, you can see that these two have almost identical poses, but not quite, and you can definitely see in the look on the face with this one looking up and this one looking directly at you. Like, the way they're dancing is very similar to each other, but they're each an individual recording. It could have been so easy for them to just like mirror the images. It's just copy paste. But they've taken upon themselves to re-record this 3 times. Probably more than 3 times. This is just the final take to get this. The attention to detail like that makes Stupendium videos great.
Build a heaven using death as the bricks. If you want to have a life out of 76. I don't wanna set the world on fire, but your house will do just fine. Not you thinking maybe now's a prudent time not to practice in the rowdy mutants fly.
Now I'm an optimist, but was it a bad decision to make a mission out of living in a vicious cataclysm? Sitting in the wilderness and killing for provisions. If all may have its faults, but all the halls were a condition. Well, I went from level-headed fella to a villain. So forgive me if it's not what I envisioned, but with citizens selected out of brilliant civilians, I thought that some decorum while exploring was a given. Hi, Joel. How you doing today? I haven't seen you since the fall barbecue last May. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay, you can keep the carcass. I'll be on my way.
This defines right here, like, kind of the Fallout 76 like promise for its online multiplayer. I wish that 76 didn't come out with the problems it had. I wish that 76 ended up being a little bit better than it was. I understand what Bethesda was going for, but I just genuinely don't think that they really managed to live up to their own expectations set for themselves. But right there, that kind of like interaction where like you might meet a friend who's been playing a little bit longer than you have, and maybe you guys gamed together for a little bit, and then you went off and did your own thing. That sounds very much like me. And you came back and your friend's already like max level, super gear, and you're like, can I have some help? And they're like, no, go grind yourself. Like, I've had that experience way too many times. So like that right there, just kind of like, it feels very similar to some of the things that I have had to deal with as a gamer with some of my friends who just like end up getting all in on a video game while I am like dividing my attention between like 7 or 8 different things plus work. And then when I come back to play with them, they're like, they've swooped past me. And sometimes they'll help me and sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll actually start firing plasma guns at me. Just like that guy did. So that felt very reminiscent of multiple experiences I've had with online multiplayer games.
Railroad, take me home to a place that won't radiate my bones. Hear a silly little ditty with a playful tone, transmitted from the middle of the danger zone. Country road, take me there to a pretty little crater in the open air. It's a bright new future, so don't be scared, 'cause everything glows with a bright green glare.
That was also really cool how they decided to use Country Roads as a 1950s bop ballad sort of song to carry on the theme of Fallout. And obviously they used the "I don't want to set your world on fire" line earlier. Like that's just the way that you're capable of taking well-known things that would immediately harken to Fallout and twisting them to be exactly like Fallout rather than just be like tonally inspired by is a masterful thing, I feel, when it comes to writing song lyrics. Because it's one thing to be able to like create a song in like a specific theme. To me, it feels like it's a whole nother level to be able to take just like maybe just one line from one song and craft an entirely new set of lyrics that could mean something completely different while keeping that line relatively unchanged. And that's what I feel like was happening both here and earlier with the "I don't want to set your world on fire" line. Like, it seems easy, but I can only imagine how long it took Stupes to write something like that. Maybe it didn't take him very long at all. I know I would struggle with that. I'm not a songwriter by any means, so maybe that's part of the problem. But like, I know personally, I would have a lot of trouble trying to come up with stuff like that. And I do that all the time. I'm always trying to think of ways of like spinning certain things so that way they mean something slightly different, but like they started off or have callbacks to what they originally came from. And I find it very, very difficult. So whenever someone is able to do that and actually turn it into a successful song, I am very impressed.
Can the world ever be fixed? Is America buried? Did it ever exist? Were we open for a life of heavenly bliss? When you stepped out of vault number 76, is murdering suburbians getting your kicks? Well, we have to do refrain, the population is fixed. Rest assured that every resident was carefully picked to be remembered as a member of 76.
Vault-Tec reminds you your purpose on the surface is to work to survive through adversity by working with the persons beside you.
Nah, I never liked you. I'm gonna craft some ammo and fight you.
There was a time I'd smile and pretend that I liked all my friends when society ends.
I don't recognize that person without the glasses. That kind of looked like Rustage. I was gonna say who it was. Yep, okay, it was Rustage. I was gonna say it looked like Rustage, but I'm not used to seeing Rustage without his glasses.
Tell me why the pretense bring a violent end to that white picket fence.
You missed my recital again.
There's no keeping up with the Joneses. I've broken their noses. I've stolen their clothes if they came through the roaches. That out of showing for mowing his lawn while I'm trying to focus on my crosswords. Crosswords are through now. Domestic disputes now descended to shootouts. Truth is, Diane, I hate you, pecan pie. This is for bringing one round to my luau. Everyone's had that fantasy to be the last of humanity. You might think it's rad to see what will grow from this rad disease.
I'm sorry, the rad pun got me there. I was a little miffed at the rad pun.
It's for bringing one round to my luau. Everyone's had that fantasy to be the last of humanity. You might think it's rad to see what will grow from this rad disease. The mutation of past beliefs.
Who'd have guessed these nuclear arms would give me literally nuclear arms?
I hit ground zero at some lubricant farm. So what is the harm if we drop another couple of bombs?
Who'd have thought the horrors of war could be awesome when chalking them up against the board? And before things were torched and we're forced to reform from assortments and morons, a quarter-century squabbles lay dormant.
Stupes, I'm going to rewind that a little bit because Stupes is looking a little weary here.
Who'd have thought the
Like, this looks like he's on the verge. This looks like this looks like they are on the verge of turning into a zombie. Okay? This looks like they are on the verge to potentially becoming a ghoul.
horrors of war could be awesome when chalking them up against the board. And before things were torched and we're forced to reform from assortments and morons, a quarter-century squabbles lay dormant. Pit boys and torches, blood in the porches, squash clubs and potlucks and nuclear launches. Setting the scorch on my mother-in-law was more fun than anything before the war was. Busting down to the Mojave, you gotta get a hobby, like playing all your neighbors and displaying all the bodies. So let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat.
I wonder if the Mojave line was like a callback to 70s or to Fallout New Vegas. I know that Stupes has done a New Vegas song, and I don't think I've heard that one either. Maybe I have a while ago, a long time ago, but I do not remember it. Because I am going to be a blasphemer here, but I did not like Fallout New Vegas at all. I didn't like any of the endings. I played all 3 of the endings. I did not like it at all. It was like a struggle to get through that game as many times as I did. And so I guess technically there's 4 endings. Maybe there might be more, but like I didn't go any further than 3. But yeah, no, I feel like that may have been a callback to their Fallout New Vegas like song that they released a while ago. But let's let it play out because Stupes, they've always got something at the end for people who have made it to the end. And I'm curious as to see what they've done here.
Vault-Tec wishes to thank their loyal patrons for making presentations just like this one possible. After 6 years deep in the vault, we decided it was time for this silly little ditty to return to the surface with a fresh coat of paint. We here at Vault-Tec would like to remind all of our brave pioneers that the first step in rebuilding our great nation is to subscribe to the Stupendium, then to tune your Pip-Boys to the playlist of the Stupendium's other Vault-Tec approved hits. Be sure to like and comment, and any smart wastelander knows to ring that bell. Remember, it's lethal up there, but Vault-Tec is the company you can trust.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I don't think that's right. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. That was very entertaining. I am honestly very happy that Fallout 76 has gotten like a little bit of some renewed life because it's one of those games that like had a lot of promise and just did not live up to it. But maybe now that more people are playing it, Bethesda might keep a little bit more closer attention because I think it hit almost 1 million players because of the Fallout TV show. And if that's the case, that's awesome. Especially, you know, six years in to a game that pretty much released almost dead on arrival. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Mark Alpha 12, and I will see you in the next video.